Let's look at a very interesting vulnerability called insecure deserialization. I am going to go ahead and run the lab. Open up the terminal and start copy pasting the instructions. And you can see how easy it is to do this on AppSecEngineer because it's just hands-on. Within 15-20 minutes, you've actually learned a ton of subjects on AppSecEngineer because of the lab system that we have. If you look at this application, we have two YAML files. One is just a simple YAML file, which is not doing anything bad. The other is a dangerous YAML file. It is forcing the Java application in the background to run a remote Java class, which is obviously terrible because running a remote Java class essentially means loading some third-party code on that application server. In this case, it's not doing anything seriously harmful. It's just calling an HTTP URL, but it can do way worse than this. This can literally compromise the entire backend server with this payload. So here we are handling YAML and we're literally loading YAML. We're doing nothing else because the library behaves in a certain way where if it sees this sort of double exclamation mark, it realizes that that is an instruction to be loaded, which is code to be executed. And it honors that instruction, which is bad. Your parser should never behave like that. So if you see the secure version, you'll actually see you're passing something called the safe constructor, which is loading the YAML, but it is not going to honor the double quotes code execution instructions. So that's really the difference between the secure and the insecure version, which is so strange because libraries should be secure by default, but not in this case. A lot of libraries are not. They don't really think about security in many cases. So let's look at this application. Okay, so this very simple. Just have to upload the file and we're good to go. So let's download the users.yaml. And if you see this, it'll just say, hey, first name, last name, email. That's it. Very simple. It just processes the YAML like a regular piece of input. Now, let's actually go ahead and do something with this. Let's set up a listener like an attacker would on our lab machine and say, hey, let's wait for connections to hit us here. Now, this is us behaving like a real attacker. So what we're going to do now, we're going to say, hey, contact this. And we're going to download this file, malicious.yaml. Not very subtle, but nevertheless. So we're going to upload this. And if the attack works, there should be a request coming in this. And you see there is a request coming in on our web server. So you see that you can literally get this to load any code you want. In this case, it's just making an HTTP call, but it can load anything else. It can actually contact the backend database. It can start running commands on the backend server. Anything goes. This is the kind of stuff that can be really dangerous, and your team a lot of times will not be aware of these sort of issues. And this is really where the hands-on lab experience becomes so important with AppSecEngineer, right?